Mr. Pro. I'm doing it.
More on the beat.
Welcome to the truth of the matter. Right now we are going to look at the implication of having a political decoy as the president of Nigeria. Of course, I am here with Mr. Kala. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kala. Mr. Prosper, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. So, right now, Mr. Kala, we are looking at the implication of having a political decoy as the president of Nigeria. But I would like you to establish the fact that this man is really a political decoy before we can go to the implications.
Well, from the pieces of evidence provided and analyzed by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, it is evidential and on record that the person in Asor Rock as of today is an impostor, a political decoy employed by the Fulani cabal in Nigeria to continue the subjugation, to continue the enslavement of the indigenous people who were forcefully amalgamated together by the British without their consent. So from the evidence available, it is clear and on record that the late Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, before assuming office, he was taller. If you check with the person that is in Asor Rock now, you see that the height of Muhammadu Buhari is taller than who is there today.
Yeah.
If you check also on record, you will see that the late Muhammadu Buhari had a bar head, but today the one who is in Asor Rock do not, and he has refused to remove his cap in any given occasion. Even when he went to lay a wreath on the fallen heroes of the Second World War, he refused to remove his cap. And it is also on record and evidential that the handprints of the late Muhammadu Buhari is different from the handprints of the person in Asor Rock today. And that is the reason why when he went to the National Assembly to present the budget, instead of him to wave hand like this, he was doing like this in order to cover the handprints. So these pieces of evidence are so glaring that the Nigerian state, the people in charge of the impostor, have not come out to refute all these pieces of evidence with a clear fact.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kala. Of course, the man in Asor Rock is an impostor. Yes, you have established the fact that this man in Asor Rock has a questionable appearance. We don't believe that the man is Muhammadu Buhari. Now, Mr. Prosper, we are looking at the background because IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, has made available some evidences regarding the man in Asor Rock. So, how do you look at it?
In my own opinion, I still have to, let the audience know that there are so many evidences concerning this man in impostor in Asor Rock. Now, when you look at him, this is a man that we know far back 2015, 2016, before his death.
Yeah.
This man is 70-something. He looks so older. But now when you look at him, he looks like 45. He can fight. He can run. He is very, very vibrant and arrogant than he used to be before. The body now are very, very smooth than the Buhari we know before. You understand?
Yeah.
And I don't think that there is any kind of surgery that you can go or that will make you to grow more younger instead of growing older in this life.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You undergo a surgery that made you not to speak a particular language. Then I can say that he supposed not to speak any language at all.
But right now
While
you can speak
speaking
English
English,
language.
then you cannot speak your mother tongue. That is a lie from the lie Muhammad.
So even his earlobe, because the body structure, everything changes. So
Yes.
We want to lay a very strong
Evidence.
background. We want to make the people to see the evidences made available by the indigenous people of Biafra. Muhammadu Buhari, we know his earlobe has a curve. But this man we are seeing today, his own earlobe does not have any curve. So this is what we are seeing. How could a man who can speak, who can address the people, who was born in a particular place and brought up in the same place, he knows his mother tongue, he can speak his native language, Fulani native language, Fufude, he can speak it very well. Right now, after a brain surgery, he cannot speak his mother tongue anymore, but he can speak English language, telling the public that this man is not Muhammad Buhari. So now, let us look at the implications, and we believe that the implications of having a political decoy as the president of Nigeria, the implication must be so huge. So what do you say?
For me, I also think that the implications are very huge, and it's going to cost a very big damage in the future.
Yeah, of
Based on,
Nigerians.
yes,
Yeah.
of Nigerians, because I believe that as an impostor, any document, any legal documents that he signs during this tenure, of course, is null and void.
It's
in
a
future.
fake document.
It's a fake document. The implication is going to, I mean, he's trying to do, they are doing this to endanger the life of Nigerian citizens in the future.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Kalagu, yes, we are looking at the implications, and looking at the whole thing, we believe that this will endanger the future of Nigerians and anybody that's living under the constitution of Nigeria. So how do you see the implication, Mr. Kalagu?
Nigeria is a fraud, and because of that fraud, they have extended to the extent of bringing in an impostor to steer the affairs of over 180 million population.
Nigerians are those are. Please, I would like you, Mr. Kalago, to educate Nigerians, the public. The public should know the implication of bringing a political decoy to preside over the affairs of Nigerians.
Let me come. First and foremost, the implication to Nigeria is that every document, every engagement signed by the impostor on behalf of the Nigerian people may be challenged in court and rendered null and void or ultra-vires. Secondly, implication of having an impostor as the president of Nigeria is also very, very grievous to the American people and American government. If the United States of America embassy and her officials in Nigeria could keep quiet and silent while an impostor is being imposed on the generality of people in Nigeria, that is an indictment on the United States of America embassy in Nigeria. So the American government should take action against those that are representing the American government in Nigeria. Having an impostor in Nigeria is a very grave offense.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalago, for your comment so far. Of course, he made our audience to understand the implications of having a Jubri, an impostor, as the president of Nigeria. Now, Mr. Prosper, this impostor visited the United States. He met Trump. Does it mean that the intelligence in America did not detect that he is an impostor?
Honestly, I have to be sincere with you. Of course, from my understanding, I can tell you that they know. They know very, very well, because these are the CIAs, the men and the best of its kinds in the whole world. They know. And that is why I think Mr. Trump called him a lifeless president, meaning that he knows that as a president, he may be waiting for a time to come.
Called him a lifeless president.
That means he knows.
But in this case, we saw him also signing a document with Jubri. How do you look at the document? It says the man is, the man is a fake man. How do you look at the document he signed with Mr. Trump?
Well, he knows that all the document he signed with this man is fake.
A fake document.
It's a fake document.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prosper. Of course, the document Jubri signed with Trump is a fake document. That document doesn't exist because the man is impersonating the signature of late Muhammadu Buhari. Now, Mr. Kalawo, we have seen the whole thing, how the whole thing is playing out in Nigeria. Do you think that this man can sign any legal document or sign any bill into law in Nigeria?
Well, he cannot sign any law or any bill. As you can see, if you go through the Nigerian newspapers a few weeks ago, the presidency made it clear that the president would no longer sign documents, although they gave some fictitious reasons for that. But we know that they know the implication of allowing that input to continue to sign some documents which will be rendered null and void and ultra-vires in the future. And secondly, we have seen he was unable to sign part of the amended electoral act. These are parts, although for him not to have signed the amended electoral act is to enable them to manipulate the fraudulent shenanigans called presidential election in Nigeria. So, what we are saying is that the impostor went to the Nigerian National Assembly to make a budget presentation, and for him to also hide the fingerprint so that it will not be detected by the camera set up by the indigenous people of Biafra. So you saw him doing like this. Some people thought that he was trying to make a sign for 4 years. No, he's trying to cover the fingerprint so that you not see. So it's an impostor, and whatever document that he signed
is a fake document, of course.
Thank
you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kalago. Yes, Mr. Prosper. Yes, we can see this is a clear impostor. That is why he's covering his fingerprint. Instead of him to wave the audience, he's now covering the fingerprint. So, Mr. Prosper, looking at the whole thing now, what is happening in Nigeria? Nigerians remain docile. They don't want to act. And they committed treason by imposing another man on Nigerians, somebody that they do not know, and that impersonating Muhammadu Buhari. So why do you think that Nigerians are not reacting to this?
From my own understanding, of course, I can still tell you that when you come to Nigeria, there are many divergent ethnic groups.
Yeah.
Then these northern people, of course, they are the one perpetrating this evil. And they are the ones benefiting 100% in the system of the government presently now, being held by the impostor, Jubril. They cannot do anything because they are the one favoring 100% on it. When you comes to the Yoruba people, of course, these people, they are there only to watch where the majority are. That's where they belong. They cannot do anything.
So you're saying that if any other ethnic group, like Biafrans, rise against this imposition, that northern Nigerians that are benefiting
against them and
go against
fighting them and killing them, just like it's been done.
Thank you very much, of course, Mr. Prosper. Of course, you made it clear. We understand that. Mr. Kala, we can see that the ordinary people in Nigeria, the common people in Nigeria, they don't want to react to this crime, this treason committed against the Nigerian masses or my Nigerian population. So why other political parties in Nigeria are not reacting against the APC-led government?
Well, what is happening is that the people that you call a political party, they are not actually political parties to benefit people. Rather, you see a collection of criminals coming together to form political parties because of their personal interests, what they are going
benefit,
because when they go to Abuja, all discuss how to share money, so they don't have any collective interest to protect people. Rather, they are only there to take their own self interest. So those people you see as political parties, whatever that you bring to them, as long as their interest is protected, they will keep That is the reason why you see Nigerians never react or involve in any revolution, despite the fact that an impostor is steering their affairs.
Thank you very much, Mr.
On the other hand, for the last, on the other hand, Nigeria as a state have a collection of divergent and irreconcilable indigenous people with divergent value system. So there is an audio whereby a Fulani governor is saying that as long as someone is from the north, even if he sees the man eating the leg of another Nigerian, he will not say anything because it is his brother.
Yeah.
So they all know, Nigerians, they know the Fulani has posed an imposture on the generality of people, and a particular people are benefiting from it. The northerners, since they are benefiting from it, they have no reason.
So in this issue, what is the position of the indigenous people of Biafra right now? Because I know that the indigenous people of Biafra will not accept it.
Yes, the position of indigenous people of Biafra is that we are boycotting every Nigerian conducted election. The position of indigenous people of Biafra is that we are no more part of Nigeria. The position of the indigenous people of Biafra is to embark on a civil disobedience. The position of the indigenous people of Biafra is a complete sovereignty for the state of Biafra.
Thank
These
you.
are the positions.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
the indigenous people of Biafra can never accept an imposition. Even though the indigenous people of Biafra do not even subscribe to one.
From the truth of the matter, we have made it very clear. We have made it to see the implications, that the implications are so massive. The implications of having a political decoy as the president of Nigeria is so huge. So right now, the people of Biafra, we are not participating in Nigerian elections.